Hello everybody, I'm Teacher Mark and this is 5A, the April 20th edition. It's Monday morning and we're back doing the usual. Today in math class we're going to be multiplying decimals again, but this time we're going to be doing decimal tenths. It's a little bit, it's like another step beyond what we were doing the last 2 days of the week, last week, Thursday and Friday. So I think so far it's been going okay with the math. That's what I've heard anyway. So if you guys have questions, definitely let me know. But soon we're going to have a Zoom class where we can all get together and talk and answer all the questions. So that's math today. In language arts, we're doing something different. I have a video linked into the daily lesson where I explain it a little bit more. But there's no wonder reading or anything today. We just have to complete like they call it a interest selection and placement test about some reading that we're going to do. We're going to use this new system called MyOn that's going to help us pick books that are at our level. So it's not too hard, it's not too easy, but it's also going to help us pick books that are something that we like. Sometimes it's not fun reading a book if, it's easy to read, but it's about something you don't like. So that's what we're going to do today. Just answer some questions, and then in the future, that information will be able to help us pick books for you guys. So yeah, there's another video where I explain that a bit more, but that's all we have to do today. In English class, we're going to talk about the reading from Friday. If you remember, Augie was at lunch and all the experiences that came with that. I have another video in the daily lesson plan where I talk more about what we're going to do, but we just have to write a paragraph, basically, about a time when you were really nervous about something. What was that thing? What happened? And especially, what happened after? I think when we worry about things sometimes, it's you think of all the things that can go wrong, and then when it happens, most of those things don't ever happen. So afterwards, you usually, me anyway, I think, boy, that wasn't really as bad as I thought. So yeah, that's just something to think about while we're coming up with ideas today. But I have a little link in the lesson plan with the reading from Friday. You don't have to reread it if you don't want to. It's just there to kind of help remember what we were talking about on Friday. And in social studies today, we are going to talk about Abraham Lincoln, who was a pretty important person in our last week's lessons about the Civil War. One person talked about him in their social studies research and everything. But we get to learn a little bit more about him today because he was a really interesting character for all the reasons you probably know, that he made very good decisions about what would happen with America. But also he was a very thoughtful person, and he was good with words in a way. So you get to kind of see, I think, some of the things that made him into the person that most people know him for, the things that made him famous. So that's social studies today. There's a little brain pop video and some questions. The last thing I was going to say, this is just sort of information for tomorrow. We're going to have a science experiment, and I'll have a video where I explain kind of what we're going to do. But just to get you guys ready, we'll need a few things. Vinegar is one of them, baking soda, a candle, something that we can light, just a little candle, and like a cup, basically. And I'll have more details about this as well. I'll write it down so you guys can see it. But just something to be thinking about that, yeah, tomorrow for science we'll mix some things up and hopefully learn a few things. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.